I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm sorry, you guys just got hit with ads. Caramel log. Have some food. Yeah, Zagel, I fucking can't watch the cutscenes anymore. In 14, they're so bad. And half of the cutscenes are literally just Alphanode hitting, like, this emote. Like, slash emoting. That's what drives me crazy about 14, is that so many of the cutscenes are literally just, like, them emoting, like, fucking player characters. British specialty stores. Can I be your manager? I just stand in the corner being hot? Yes. But then you also tell me to, like, do stuff. Be like, remember when you said you were gonna mail people those fucking award certificates? And then they're still in a fucking pile? Mm-hmm. Oops. That wasn't the button I wanted to click. Yeah, Alphanode thinks too often. It's just... It's annoying because it's like, instead of like actual cutscenes, it's just like... I feel like I'm watching role players. You know? Cherry Republic. Ooh. They managed to find a way to tell in their show when they're trying to show, not tell. Yeah, it really feels like exposition in the game. Sometimes, like, whenever... And I'm so hyper aware of it now because I had an ex-boyfriend. This is probably why I hate watching TV now, actually. I had an ex-boyfriend that, like, when we watched stuff together, he was also very critical of TV like I am. And, like, so, like, you know, when an obvious villain, like, walked on the screen, we'd always be like, that's the good guy. But then there would be another thing that he would always point out, which is that when a character is just sitting there and, like, explaining shit, he would always be like, thanks for the exposition. And now every single time, like, characters just fucking do that, I notice it and it drives me insane because it's actually so bad. Like, it's just not good writing. Like, so often, like, in fiction, it's like there will just be like a dude just standing there, like, saying everything that happened instead of them just showing what happened. A lot of things you hate have a common factor to why you hate them. Oh yeah, most things I hate vehemently are because an ex-boyfriend who sucked made me hate it. But this in particular, I don't like because it's bad writing. Like, it's not good writing to do exposition like that. But I don't know if I would have ever noticed it if I hadn't watched TV with him, and he would always just be like, thanks for the exposition. I don't think I would have picked up on it quite as much. That's the thing, Zagel. I feel like the game is written for kindergartners, and yet they still swear. Like, I remember at one point I was watching the cutscenes, and they were like, it was like, oh, what did it say? I don't even remember, but it was just explaining something like 18 times, and then they said shit, and I was like, oh, you're allowed to say that? I'm sorry, I thought that this was a game for kindergartners with the amount of times you've told me to fix the roof. Shows like Breaking Bad are good, communicated via stuff like foreshadowing. Yeah, I've never seen Breaking Bad, but like good writing shows generally are not over explaining shit like constantly, you know? But yeah, if you get me started complaining about 14, I'll never stop. When I play 14, I'm like, do I like this game? It's like how I feel with Overwatch. Yeah, I've been playing a bit of classic RuneScape. It's been pretty fun. Old school RuneScape, rather. I guess there's a difference in that community when you say classic versus if you say old school RuneScape. But I've been enjoying it. It's been pretty fun. It's nice because I never played it when I was younger, so I get to like explore and discover the world for like the first time, you know? I miss MMOs where people were able to screw each other over. They did take that out of 11. I mean, they took the worst offenders out of it, but I do miss the goblin trains. Hard to find good horror movies that aren't predictable. This woman dropped her scissors, they slid under the couch, the camera panned. I wonder who will need those scissors when they fall into the ground while being chased. Surely nobody. Yes. Yeah. That's like Aries. Imagine like you watch every show and you notice things like that. I feel like that's me. This is why I don't really like watching TV very much. I just like see something like that happen, and I feel like the reason they do stuff like that a lot of the time is because of a lot of people when they watch shows or when they watch movies, they're not like watching it with their full attention or something. Like, I don't know. They're not thinking actively, like they're there for the ride. I don't know if it's like a difference in like the thought patterns or something, but like I literally cannot stop trying to figure things out as they're happening. So the only things I usually enjoy watching are things with like lots of actually good twists in them. Like detective shows. I think I watched so many procedurals like in the 2000s that I just can't do them anymore. Like I can't watch shows like House anymore. House is my favorite show when I was a kid. But like I can't watch it these days. It's just too procedural. Like the stories are too encapsulated into like one episode, you know? Murder. Oh my god. One of my ex-boyfriend's mother, she was like obsessed with that channel. It would be playing all the time, and like sometimes I would sit there and watch it with her. There's some crazy shit that went on in the 70s. Murder, She Wrote, formulaic and cheesy. I mean, there are some like shows that are like comfort shows. Like I've seen Madoka a million times and I still would watch it again. Even though I know everything that's going to happen in it. But yeah, when it comes to like new shows and stuff, I'm kind of like, eh. I forgot his name was Rono Connor for a second, and I was like, wait, why are you calling him a con man? Lifestyle murder shows, you want unpredictability. You never know what people will do. My grandma loved that shit. Yes. So did my mom, actually. My mom still likes that stuff. I think she stopped watching it for like her mental health. Uh-oh. Did I? No, I'm fine. But she would also watch a fuck ton of Law and Order. Law and Order SVU specifically. And then she would not let me go outside at night. I remember we went on vacation to like Aruba or something, and she was just really on one of those like Law and Order binges. And she would not let me do fucking anything without my cousin. My male cousin. Like, she would not let me go, like, do fucking anything. She was terrified I was gonna get murdered or something. Which is funny because I would, like, sneak out at night all the time back home. Be running around town in the middle of the night, like, basically almost by myself. I feel like it's been so long since I've done story in this game that I'm almost like looking forward to doing the Attergan story. We went to Mexico. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. I feel like when you watch too many of those shows, it just poisons your brain. It makes you so paranoid. We ended up killing it, pretty pog. Hey, that's awesome. Wait, what part? You just beat Diabolos, right? I'm trying to remember what's after that. Have you done Primivian Vassal yet? That's the worst fucking thing that I've ever had to do. Oh, Oryu. Yeah. That one I don't think was too bad. I think that's one where you have to go all the way through the thing though. I'm checking my posture. Or else we would get kidnapped. Lots of cute guys there, so like when yeah. How old were you? Were you like already like 7 feet tall at that point? Because that would be extra funny. 3 paths and Vassal are in our future. Oh. Hopefully 3 paths works for you. It worked for me. Like, we could see all the Tonberries. But I've heard that other people have had issues after I did it. Oh, did we get the item that we were going for? That's really funny. I feel like my mom being so paranoid though, like growing up, has made me like really afraid to travel alone. Cause I'm like, oh no, I'm going to be kidnapped. But like, the likelihood of that actually happening is pretty slim. Never zero, I guess, but like, if I just don't wear any makeup, then they'll be like, ugh, who's that old lady? I'm scared to fly alone to San Diego. Really? I feel like for you, the worst part of flying is going to be like your legs fitting in the seat. Damn it, why are the stuns so long for these guys? Just fly into my city and then get a layover in my city. I'll hop on the plane with you halfway there. I need to go and call the hotel and see if I can add on an extra day because I want to go on Thursday. I get really nervous on flights too. I feel like something that made me less nervous was like learning about how planes worked. But then like then I was on a plane with some really bad turbulence once, and ever since then I've been a little bit more scared. Wife gets a little nervous. Yeah. Hey, thank you for the follow, Giesel or Giesel. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. I also said sorry wrong, so the first time I tried to say it. Driving is more dangerous than flying. Oh, it is. But what's scary about flying to me, and I think probably to most people is the absolute like uncontrollability of it, right? Like you, if the plane's going down, you're going with it. There's fucking nothing you can do. With a car, it's usually like, I don't know, you have this fantasy of swerving, but it's not like you're just like, all right, it's over, good night. Like, do you know what I mean? think the plane was in jello and the wind was the jello just shaking. That helped a bit. Yeah, I've been in some really fucking bad turbulence where it felt like a roller coaster. And ever since then, I've been a little bit more afraid of airplanes just because like that is I've been on like 1,000 flights in my life. Like I've been on a lot of that's like over exaggeration. But I've been in like my family growing up, like half of my family was in Florida, so I've been on planes like a decent amount in my life. But like yeah, that one time was very scary. I think we were like landing through a thunderstorm or something insane like that. And the turbulence was just really bad. It's really bad if you're sitting in the back. I think we were kind of sitting in the middle. It's just no, the whole okay. Not to scare anyone, but like the turbulence was so bad that it felt like we dropped like 50 feet because the entire plane screamed. Like everyone in the plane screamed. Like you know when you're on a roller coaster, you're going down. Like that is exactly what it felt like, and like everyone yelled. Like that's how shocking it was. It wasn't like regular bad turbulence. Like this was the worst turbulence I've ever experienced. It was very scary, but I've never experienced anything like that before or after. And I have no fucking clue what was going on that airplane. Like, I don't know if something bad was happening and they just didn't tell us, or if the pilot was being a fucking idiot and trying to like land in a rainstorm or something. Like, I think there was something to do with a thunderstorm going on, but it was, ooh, that was scary. That made me a little bit more afraid of airplanes. But like, I've been on airplanes since then, and something shit like that has never happened. It might have like nosedived a bit or something. It most likely the air pressure, because in storms, the air pressure is all fucked up. That's like what is making the storm usually. So it could be that the air pressure just dropped a lot, and so the plane just kind of like fell a little bit, and like it might not have even been that far. But if you fall 10 feet, like that's still fucking scary. You know, if you think of a dip on a roller coaster, like it's not actually that far, but it still feels terrifying. The pilot was like, "We're okay, like everything's fine," and we were like, "Uh-huh, please land, sir." There was another time. This time was not that scary, but apparently our landing gear had damage on it, and we just flew around in like circles until, I don't know, I guess they figured it out, because then we landed normally. We didn't have to like land anywhere crazy, but just hearing the pilot say that, like, the landing gear is broken, so we're gonna fly around in circles for an hour. I forget if I take a wrong step on the stairs and fall a few inches. Yes. And I mean, it could have literally been like a few inches. Who knows? What's up, Jin? How are you today? But it was I have never ever experienced anything on an airplane like that before or after, so I think that was like a 1 in a million event. If that was the first time I ever got on an airplane, though, I would never get on an airplane again. Anyway, want to road trip it? I just need to get my tires changed. I need new tires. I keep putting it off. What do you mean selected sub-target? There we go. By myself on a school field trip. I feel like I was probably too young to know to remember my first airplane trip. Cause my family, like my mom and my dad moved to Florida at some point when I was a kid. and then moved back up to Massachusetts. Because that's where my dad's side of the family lives now. DS? A Horizon exclusive? Wings of the Goddess. Best thing is to get really drunk first. Getting drunk helps more than it should. A plane full of band kids? Oh, God. Were you guys, like, singing songs and stuff? Sunday night ATV ride. Ended up in the canal doing... Oh, my gosh. I hope you're okay. Like, you're not... Are you, like, hurt or anything? I mean, you're typing on here, so you're not, like, dead. That's cool. But... My mom actually broke her arm on a ATV when I was little. Fell asleep on my shoulder, and it was so awkward for me. This happened to me on an airplane before, but it was just some fucking old lady I never met in my fucking life. And what pissed me off is that I was sitting between her and her fucking husband. I was like, bitch, if you wanted to fall asleep on somebody's shoulder, you should have sat next to your fucking husband. I woke her stupid ass up every single time. She was pissed because it was a red eye, but I was like, don't fucking touch me. Like... Don't fucking touch me. I'm sitting in the middle. We can swap seats if you want, and you could sleep on your fucking husband's shoulder. But I'm not your husband. I'm not your fucking husband. So get your fucking head off my fucking shoulder. I was pissed. I was so mad. Yeah, I was not happy. And she was not happy either because I kept waking her stupid ass up. That's my purse. I don't know you. It's just like if you want to lay on your husband, you should have sat next to your fucking husband instead of if you're a couple and you rent the seat if you're a couple and you get the fucking aisle seat and the window seat and then I have to sit in between you, I'm going to make your life bad. Okay? Don't do that shit. I'm going to make your life bad. Especially because I usually try to get the window seat, so it's like there was probably no window seats left on that flight. I know the reason they buy tickets like that is because they want to attempt to get the entire row by themselves, but that's like a thing you do like 10 years ago. That's like not a thing you do now. Not out of the fucking biggest airport in the country. They want you to switch seats so they can be together. For me, it depends on the seat. Like, I'm okay with switching to a better seat, but if they want me to switch to a worse seat, I'm like, no, you should have bought the fucking better seat with your fucking money. Trains are S tier long distance, can get booths without lots of randoms. Oh shit, Aries, do you want to take a train to TwitchCon? There's gotta be one, right? That might actually be fucking hilarious. Although I think I was watching some clips from somebody's YouTube video, and it's like, apparently the trains in America just go through fucking nowhere. We don't believe in train streams here. No, we have trains. I watched the two little emo boys go on a train trip. I think they went from New York to Los Angeles. But the thing about the trains is that whenever I look into them, they are more expensive than flying usually. Like they are so fucking expensive for no reason. Because I'm always like, oh, what if I take a train up to the hot springs in the mountains? And then I look at it and I'm like, okay, well, this takes just as long with traffic to get there. And it costs like 3 times as much. Yeah. I don't understand why trains are more expensive. Subsidies and laws, that's fucking stupid. Planes are getting so expensive right now. Like they should subsidize trains more. And to think about it, like think about it. If our country didn't fucking suck dick, we could have some cool lightning trains like the fucking ones in we could have them like the ones in Japan. And do you know how fucking fast you could get from Los Angeles to New York? It's like 1 day on a bullet train. Or like less. Just railgun me to another city. I know, I was like looking at different speeds for different like trains. Okay, I guess I just cast because I can't move. I was like looking at a map before that was like, oh, I have 10 seconds on my bind. Planes are not built for 6'3" people. They're not even built for 5'1" people. Like, I'll tell you, last time I was on an airplane, I was like, wow, this sucks. Like, I'm short as fuck. Like, I'm really short and I'm uncomfortable. I can't imagine what it's like to be a foot and a half taller than me on this airplane. Have to tilt my head sideways when walking down the aisles of some planes. Yeah, that sucks. Hold on. Bullet Trains USA. It's like I was looking at a map to see how, and it like said like if there was a high speed railway, like this is how fast it would take to get from here to here, and it was the times were crazy fast. But I don't know if I'll ever find that map again. Also, who knows if it was real? It could have been bullshit, but 3-day trip on a train was over 5,000. Not expensive. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like that's what we were saying. Train tickets are like really expensive for no reason. I guess they give you like food and stuff, but like it's literally just cheaper to fly. Must have caught something in the heat of all these dances. Lost all doubt in a chemical romance. Buses are expensive. So travel is just expensive now. It sucks. There's still a chance Texas bullet train might happen. It's a proposed train to go from Dallas to Houston in 2 hours. How long does it usually take to just like drive? We had access to this kind of bubble on top of the train so you can see the mountains and nature. Oh, the food was good? That's good to hear. That would be like my number one fear is that like if I go on the train, like what if the food fucking sucks and I'm stuck there? 3 city proposal that was canceled. It hasn't been fully shelved. Oh, it's a 4-hour drive, so the train would be like way faster than driving. That would be pretty cool. I know back home, they talked about building a train for like 10 to 20 years maybe ago. Like I remember hearing about this train since I was a kid. Like, and they're finally building it like this year, I think. They're extending the T system down to New Bedford. It's like a huge thing. See, we need more cross-country trains, I think. But also, why is it like cheaper sometimes to fly to a different country than to fly to like the same country? I don't know if that's just where I live, but I literally think that the airport where I live is a fucking scam. It sucks. I feel like everything is so expensive, but then like I see like plane tickets to Ireland for like $500, and then I see tickets to like visit home in Massachusetts, and it's like fucking